lifespan of large appliances is shrinking. Appliance technicians blame a push towards computerization and an increase in the quantity of components inside machines. So, just the other day, the Wall Street Journal posted this article detailing how a lot of modern day appliances are just breaking down. And for whatever reason, well, it tells you in the article, many people are getting frustrated because of those exact reasons. This goes back into how I always tell people, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter how much computerization that happens with certain products. It works because it's not computerized. So let's just begin. Let me just tell you some notes from this article. Our refrigerators, washing machines, and ovens can do more than ever, from producing symmetrical ice cubes to remotely preheating on your commute home. The downside to all of these snazzy features is that the appliances are more prone to breaking. So, once again, the more stuff you add to, whatever item that you're using, the easier it is, it will break down. Those in the industry blame a push towards computerization, an increase in the quantity of individual components, and flimsier materials for undercutting reliability. American households spent 43% more on home appliances in 2023 than they did in 2013. So, Americans in general are just spending more money. And here's the interesting thing. Prices for the category, of home appliances declined 12% from the beginning of 2013 through the end of 2023. So let's say you were to buy an item, right? In like 2013, it was, let's say, $100, right? That same home appliance item is now $88 in 2023. However, you're spending way more money on said appliance in the 2023 version than you would have in the 2013 version. Now, why is that? Well, it's very simple. It's the electronics. Most people today, they are getting many home appliances that have a lot of electronics within them. It's no longer just simply mechanical, It is dealing with electronics. So let me give you some horror stories because I thought this was really fascinating. There was an individual. Her name is Sharon J. Swan. She spent nearly $7,000 on a Bosch gas range and smart refrigerator. The oven, which is, the gas range, caught fire the first time she tried the boiler. This led her to do a 911 call and, quite frankly, kind of damaged her home a little bit. The ice maker in the refrigerator, meanwhile, is broken for the third time in under 2 years. And the company Bosch, I wish I knew how to pronounce it. For the fridge, they offered to fix it the first 2 times. Before the third time, she had to do it herself, which she ended up having to pay $250 plus parts. Now, another horror story, Kevin and Colleen Denino, which they had held onto their white dishwasher from the 90s, that was still working great. So old tech, right, mechanical tech, is doing better than modern day tech, right? So all this talk about, it's better to, get a new item. That's not the case. We're coming to an era where if your items that were previously non-electronic becomes imbued with electronics, it's going to become worse off. And that's what's happening right now. So with Kevin and Colleen, they purchased a sleeker $800 GE stainless steel interior dishwasher they purchased, and it's bringing a hidden link within 3 years. So a hidden leak happened with inside this dishwasher. This caused more than $35,000 worth of damage to their San Diego kitchen. So basically a new Toyota Camry of damages just because of a $800 dishwasher. So you peel back the plastic on the modern refrigerator or washing machine, and you'll see a smattering of sensors and switches that its 10-year-old counterpart lacks. These extra components help ensure the appliance is using only the energy and water it needs for the job at hand, technicians say. With more parts, however, more tends to go wrong more quickly. They say simple is better. Let me tell you something, right? Right now, there is a strong push for EVs, okay? And there are some benefits to that push for EVs, okay? And one of those benefits is that you don't have as many parts as people will say, right? Now, here's the disadvantage of many of these same EVs that are coming out. They are being imbued with less parts, however, is more electronically sophisticated. So you look at, let's say, a Lucid or one of these new vehicles I saw, like a Lincoln Nautilus 2024, is very much software based. Now you have a vehicle that is not just mechanically hardware, but it also has a lot of electronic software. So if something goes wrong on a hardware issue, well, you know that the problem is dealing with hardware. But if it's an electronic issue in terms of software, you don't know whether or not it is just merely a software issue or it's a hardware issue. How does this tie back into the home appliances and them being worse off today than it was back in the past? As the article stated, simple is better. If you get a knife from, let's say, the 500s, 600s, or the early thousands, okay? Yes, I'm talking about a millennia ago. That same knife you can use today. That same fork you can use today. That same spoon you can use today. Now, let's say you get an electronic fork, okay? An electronic spoon, an electronic knife. And these, electronic utensils, okay, eating utensils, cutlery, they allow you to connect to the Wi-Fi, etc. How long do you think that's going to last for? Like, just think about it. How long do you think it's going to last? And let's say it records how often you put the fork into your mouth at a particular time, how much pressure you use when you hold this, cutlery, etc. How long is that going to last for? It's just not going to last much. Probably a couple decades. You think it's going to last over a century? Yeah, that's not what's going to happen. These days, businesses, they're making a lot of their money trying to constantly get you to purchase a new product. So planned obsolescence, a lot of people like to say is a conspiracy theory. Well, it is a conspiracy theory, but not so in the sense that you're a wacko, but more so that that's what businesses want. Why should I sell you one item just once when I could get you hooked on to purchasing said same item year after year, time after time, repair after repair? It just makes sense. But now, because of the Internet of Things, which is really the service of everything, acting everything as a service, we're reaching a time in our marketplace where the main goal is just simply extraction. If I create a product, I must have you subscribe to said product. That's not going to be good for the future. That's not going to be good for the marketplace, and that's definitely not good for you. So anyways, that's all I wanted to say. That's my little rant. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like or dislike, comment, and have a nice day. Bye.